Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Don't fuck with me right now.
Well, hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the tripod. That's right, we're kicking the show off with NXT CW from St. Louis. The show kicks off with Tricky two-time to the ring. Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Wesley talks shit from the Risers.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on there, light skinned. Yeet. Jay Uso to the ring. I love surprises. Whoop that trick. Yeet. Good pop, but moving on. Kalani Jordan, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair versus the Fatal Influence. Not bad for a zero stakes 6-women's tag. Kalani pins Jasmine and yet another butt meat buffet, Cesar. What did you think of the Jey Uso surprise and the 6-women tag match?
So what happened was Little Trick Willie came out to start the show. Little whoop that trick. Yeah, whoop that trick. Diddy was in jail, so that Costco baby oil was out there. Then yeah, Wes gonna talk your shit. Another nigga. He a little light skin. And Trick a little field. And there's a war there, but that's between black community. Y'all don't worry about that. Y'all don't worry about that unless you're in the black community. Okay. Then old Jay came out there, main event Jay. Simone for nigga. So that's 3. Then, yeah, they gonna talk. They gonna celebrate. The fans are hot. What the hell Jay doing here? Jay in St. Louis? Oh, he just had a defense? He out here? Then old Massa gonna hit you with the 2 times. The repeat, the remix, if you want. Butt meat buffet. I didn't think he was going to hit us twice. But Massa out here playing chess. He out here playing chess where y'all playing checkers. He had the white folk, little Fallon, little Jasmine, little JC against Jade Cargill, Bianca, Kaylani. But he brought them out first to be in the ring with Jay, with the old baby oil, so it was 5 niggas in the ring with titles because he don't see color. Look, we all know Massa Michaels and we all know Triple H love the black folk. They love the niggas. Okay, they know this company don't rise. But Triple H fought a nigga for 12 years of his career, known as The Rock. Half and half. He was Samoan and nigga. He know they got talent. Why y'all hating on that man? He know niggas can be in wrestling. Okay. He's seen it. Massa Michaels know niggas can get on top in wrestling. He's seen it. And then he had that butt meat buffet in the ring, feeding us twice. Because he had him last week, and he said, hey, girls, hey. Keep your drawers hot. Because I need y'all again next week. And then we gonna feed them twice in 2 days. CW. That's what I'm talking about. It's butt meat buffet on the CW every week. Because look, they got these broads out here. They called bras down from SmackDown with the butt meat. The fight broads in NXT who got the butt meat. It was a good match. And then what happened? The niggas won. I thought it was Christmas in July. I thought it was February of this bitch. February and October, nigga. Shit. Niggas winning, beating ass, beating white ass too, getting a pin, looking good. Had backup niggas in the ring before. Booker T was cooning. Told you I was just going to depend on Booker T because, his shit under review. He was cooning the whole way. You know what I'm saying? The rock star and shit was in the ring, but he loved him some Bianca and Jade. He said, the storm. The storm is out there, huh? Cholula Green. You know, Book was cooning. You know, Book was cooning. I thought it was a great opening match, you know. And then, Trips got his he had his boy to do his dirty work because the crackers be hating and the fans be hating. Not the fans, but the media. Media always fuck you up. Fuck the media. They always trying to fuck you up. But it was a good opening match. I wasn't disappointed with it.
Well, Sticks, the first two segments of this week's NXT were pretty dark. What'd you think?
Yeah.
We got Trick, we got Wes, we got Jay, we got the 6 women's tag. What'd you think?
Well, we knew NXT on this last Tuesday was going to probably be pretty heavy because they were going to have some legit competition
Really?
from the other.
Really? Was it competition?
I mean, you say what you want to say. I mean, there's stands from both sides. We keep it unbiased.
Let's not go low, Sangria. Let's not go low, Sangria.
Let's
rise above.
Just saying.
Let's rise above.
We keep it straight down the middle. So we knew that this Tuesday we were going to get some good wrestling because they were going to go head to head. So what does NXT do? They brought out the big guns. We had 2-time Trick Willie. We got an answer for what Wesley was going to do, what his plans were next. And then we got the supplies from the man, the Yeet Master himself. He made a little appearance down in NXT. And then we had a great 6-woman tag match. Chemistry was great between all of them. We also found out that there was another reason why the women's tag teams were down there. We had a little backstage segment. The opening match was great. I mean, for Kalani and Jade and Bianca, they had great chemistry, fatal influence. They go on them because they've been together for a little bit longer than the other women. But it was a great women's match to show you why WWE and NXT have the head and shoulders and butt meat above any other women's division. So it was a great opening segment and match for NXT on this Tuesday.
Well, following this, Roxanne Perez, the NXT Women's Champion, heads out to the ring. She got her partner in crime back, Cora Jade, to the ring, rocking that Austin knee brace. What? They talk shit. Julia interrupts. Stephanie Vaquer joins her. Brawl ensues. I think Julia had trouble getting into the ring. A little detail I picked up there. They didn't show it, but it took her a while to get in the ring. Stephanie and Julia both hold the title at the end of the scuffle. North American Championship on the line with Oba Femi. Strutting. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun dun dun.
versus Tony D with the family, of course. This was a very hard-hitting match. Tony refuses the crowbar. He wants to beat Oba clean. Tony sees red when Oba knocks down the family outside, including Rizzo. Tony spinebuster Oba through the announce table. Spinebuster in the ring, but Oba Femi still kicks out. The Turbo Ninja will not be defeated easily.
Not stay down, baby.
Eventually, Tony rolls him up for 3 with the deadliest move in all of sports.
All of sports entertainment.
And new North American champion Tony D finally gets singles gold, Sticks, and NXT. What did you think of the Roxanne segment with Cora, Julia, Stephanie, and then the North American Championship match?
Yeah, we finally get a little clarity with the women's championship. If you want to call it clarity, Cora, Roxanne, the two friends that separated are now back together, both with the same game plan. Stephanie and Julia, we know they're good rivals. We know that, but when they have one singular goal that both of them have together to become women's champion, they're going to come together for that. We all saw what happened last week of Julia. So Stephanie Vacour saw that too. She gonna jump in and get a little action, help to weaken Roxanne, so that maybe when it's her turn, it's a lot easier for her to pick up that dub. But great segment between both women. We got Cora Jade. She's back. She good on the mic. She good in the ring. So now let's get her in the ring with either Roxanne or just in a single. We got her back. North American Championship match. We have seen the training montage that Tony D had. The family's getting them hyped up. We saw Miz TV last week. A lot of questions. What does, Oba said that Tony's still a broken man. Were we going to see that? No, we didn't. Tony came in. He was stronger. He had a game plan. He could have took the crowbar, like you said. Nobody would have faulted him for it. But he decided to say, no, I'm going to do it on my own. It's like you said, saw red. Oba went after the family. What's the one thing you do to the Don that you should not do to the Don? You don't go after the family. So that made that man go 0 to KKK real quick. He saw that Terma Ninja lay his hands on his white family members, and what he do? He went Ku Klux beat down real quick. Spine buster to the table. Spine buster in the ring. But he forgot. He forgot. That man is the Terma Ninja. That wasn't going to do it. So he had to pull way into the back the most deadliest move in all of professional wrestling, the roll-up. And we have a new NXT North American champion. Now the question is, does the Terma Ninja, does he invoke his rematch clause, or is he like, you know what, yeah, fine, whatever, I was the most dominant. Now, maybe not longest reigning, but the most dominant.
No, he was longest. He
was it longest? Okay, so
yeah. With this match, he was the longest reigning
North American
NA world champion. Yeah, yes, sir.
So we have the man who was the longest reigning and probably the most dominant North American champion. Does he go back to try to reclaim his crown, or is he like, that's nice, Tony, that's nice. You could try to hold it down for a little bit. I'm gonna set my sights and throw my crown in the ring to become NXT champion. We have a question, but the match itself, it was an all right match. We kind of knew. I think all three of us kind of knew what was going to happen. It was just a matter of now what's going to go on with Oba himself in the future.
I just appreciate the fact that Tony D got the North American Championship first before moving on to higher and higher goals. But yeah, Cesar, we had Roxanne Perez go out there. We had Cora Jade, Julia, Stephanie, and then Tony D going from 0 to Bronx Tale on Obafemi in the North American Championship match. What'd you think?
No, I thought it was a good. So they have my man Sticks covered the NA championship as he should have. And I'm just going to pick up on the other end. So the women's championship, they have the opportunity right now to do something really great to put over all 4 women. All right, Roxanne, right? Roxanne, greatest women's championship right now. I mean, who does she beat? The person who probably would have been in the history the greatest women's champion in Mandy Rose. And then Roxanne got her good run. Now they're bringing all this new talent in. Well, bringing in 2 great new talent in. If you want to capitalize on this for real, but you want to have a really good match at Stand and Deliver, which would be April, right?
Yeah.
So that's November, December, January, February, March, April. Ooh, 6 months. Hear me out. You're going to have the tag match. We know they're going to have the tag match. We're going to have the tag match, right? But you could trade the title between all 4 of these women, and then the one you really want to have it would win it in April. Like, let's really be honest. Let's really be honest, right? So if you're gonna give it to Julia, let's say Julia wins it, maybe not Halloween Havoc or whatever. Let's say you have a December pay-per-view or something. That's well, maybe if you have Stephanie Vaquer win it, then the December pay-per-view. You could have Julia win it maybe in February. You could have Cora Jade win it maybe like March. That's when it comes to April. Then you have, like I said, that ladder match. You can even build up Delta by then and one other person to be in it. So that's 6 people or just 5, whatever. But think about it. All of them would have been a one-time winner. You can trade the belt, but when you trade it between 4 performers who you all know can go, who can all carry it within promos or can go in the ring, but you're trading it within like a month or 2 where they can have a couple of just matches on NXT to get the wins under their belt, that would build up all 4 of them, even if you just keep it to 4. With a way of fuck it, you can have a fatal 4-way match, not a ladder match, but a fatal 4-way match. And between whoever wins, because you got 2 heels, you got 2 faces, they all can be one-time. Roxanne's a 2-time, but they all can be a one-time champion, so that they're all on even caliber. They've all had it, they've all defended it. Maybe they just lost it at pay-per-views. Not just a 1 title defense, but 2. They had 2 on NXT and then, at the pay-per-view, and you could have a match that really delivers and cooks, pun intended, at Stand and Deliver. And then you pick who's going forward with it, and you build the women's division after that person. 4-off match to where you want to call up a couple people. Go ahead, Sangria. What you
Can I
got?
rudely interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to know your opinion about Nikita Lyons. When Ava and Lola were talking in the office, Nikita Lyons returns.
Yeah.
The way she was talking, what would you think about that? What would you think about Nikita, Cesar?
Nikita to me is like a Mandy Rose. I've seen you wrestle, and it's all right. Don't get me wrong. You look good in wrestling, but to me, you have no longevity. Right? You haven't put on a banger. You haven't put on a banger that I'm gonna say this is why they're keeping you.
Just like Tegan Knox. Like she can't fucking do anything.
Yeah. You know what? Tegan Knox is better in NXT than she was on the main roster.
Where is she? Where the
I
fuck
don't know. I honestly
event?
don't know. It's like she's just sitting in the background. I don't know. Tegan Knox was great on NXT. She had bangers on NXT, and I'm like, yo, she's great. They should keep it. I just feel like because they knew the main roster women's division was shit. But that was Vince's call. Vince was calling up people that he thought would make it better, and maybe they weren't developed yet. But Tegan Knox was great on NXT. She's shit on the main roster. Just like they gave Candice the Speed Championship because Candice is great, but they don't use her on the main roster. Like, if you don't use people, you don't know how great they can be. You got to give people time, and you got to give people matches.
Nikita, it kind of seemed like she was being almost heelish, almost. I don't know if they wanted to bring her back and become a heel, which I guess.
I know, but Lola seemed like the heel in that conversation. It's just weird. I don't know what they want to do with Nikita. I think they see Nikita as
get injured again because she is an injury magnet.
Yeah.
Injury magnet. So I think they're gonna like you were saying with the women's story. I think they're gonna take it baby steps to make sure Cora can take a hit and she can run the ropes. Because if they invest in her and she gets injured again, they're gonna be like, "Fuck, we have to start."
No. I understand why Cora took the first break to get the titty surgery, but then she got injured And so now you're like, well, bitch, we took you off air because you wanted the titty surgery, and now you're actually injured, and you ain't making us no money, but you're a draw. And so, yeah. Like Cora needs to prove herself that she can't get injured. She can protect them titties so they don't pop, so she don't got to take off because they already had that problem with Charlotte that one year
Yeah.
where she was gone, and now, but they're like, you ain't Charlotte. Charlotte comes back. There's eyes. There's product. You know it's gonna be bangers because they're like, I don't give a fuck if Charlotte gets injured every year. She already got 14 championship wins.
Charlotte is
So
a
who cares?
lightning in a bottle, once in a lifetime female talent where she's
Female talent, yes.
got the name and she can back it up.
She can back that shit
Very
every
rare.
match.
Very
Every
rare.
fucking match.
Yeah. But stick,
Charlotte can be off the shelf for 7 months, come back, put on 5 bangers in a row, win a title, go to WrestleMania, deliver, and then be like, yo, I'm injured again. I'm going on vacation. They'll be like, you got it.
Andrade, I'll be back.
Yeah, they're like, you got it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm sorry, because when you show up, eyes come back. You're trending on Twitter. You're fucking cooking.
He wrestled with one pop titty.
And they're like, whoever we build up to be the next person, you can wrestle them, make them look better than they did. Whether you win or lose, because that's your decision, because we don't give a fuck. You can have the title if you want, or you can lose the title to that person and make a star. She's made so many stars. She's won so many matches. They don't give a fuck because she is that great. She is that great. And now they're trying to find that in NXT. And I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sorry, but Roxanne is that bitch. And it's crazy how she's so small and she is that bitch. She made Lola a star. She made Jada a star.
Her and Jordan put on a fucking banger. And
Jordan was already a star.
Yeah.
Jordan was already a star. She just made her more watch star. She made I just said her name and fucking
Lola.
Was it Chase U? She made her a star.
Yeah,
Thea. She made Thea a star more than Tiffany tried to make Thea a star. Like Roxanne made Thea a fucking star. Like Jordan. Come on.
Well,
that's what books.
Let me get Styx's opinion on Nikita Lyons. What do you think of that whole segment, and if she was being a heel or her future? What do you think?
It was very weird. Like you said, it was almost like you had one person that has been a heel and another one trying to be a heel. I mean, I don't really know what their game plan is with Nikita because, like you guys have said, I think they're afraid that they get her into a deep storyline that she's going to get hurt and then it fucks all the plans up. I mean, can she go in the ring? Yeah, she can go in the ring, but it always seems like after a match she's dinged up. Like it doesn't mean like she doesn't have like a big injury, but there's always something that happens. And then next week she's out. She isn't wrestling for like 2 weeks, but we got to get that butt meat on TV. We got to get her in those tight track suits, those tight latex suits. So we got to get her on TV, and then she has a match, and then she's injured, and she's gone for like 6 to 9 months. But it was like you guys said, it was I don't know if I want to say awkward, but it's very weird because she did come off as heelish. But we know Lola can be a heel, but we don't know if they're trying to turn her face because her and Miss Paca, but then her and Miss Paca have issues, so we don't know if they're still got that on the back burner. And now they're trying to slowly integrate Nikita back in. I mean, it was very weird, I guess, if you want to say it.
If I was Nikita's agent, I'd be like, look, Nikita, you get injured a lot. So, all right, you want to perform, be a wrestler, live your dream, do it until Stand and Deliver. And after they release you, go to Lacey Evans route, OnlyFans it up, become a millionaire overnight, and hang your hat up. You're done. Stick with your shitty rapping music career. Let's call it a life. Because if you keep trying to wrestle and come back, you're gonna kill yourself. Because that big ass can't support your knees. Can't support that big ass. Let's just call it a career. Fast and Fraserist versus A-Town Down Under. It was Lightning Fast versus White and Shady. The miscommunications came from A-Town Down Under, actually. Fast and Furious retain in a banger of a match. The highlight for me in this was that the Canadian destroyer that Axiom hit Waller with looked fucking brutal. That was great.
Sick.
Excellent sell from Waller.
Fucking sick.
Sexy Red came out there, tried to perform. We got to see All Eagle. All Eagle was in the main event last week. This week, he's in the precursors of the main event, getting thrown out by Javon, which leads us to the main event. It's Javon Evans versus Randy Orton. Of course, they're in St. Louis, his hometown. Gets the pop. Orton channeling his inner Samoa Joe, dodging the young OG's efforts. A disrespectful pat on the head backfires on the old Viper. This was a fun match that put the main event spotlight back on Javon. They attempted a new way for the RKO to be hit, but it just did not connect. Orton does hit a vintage RKO for the win. Sportsmanship ending tomorrow or tonight, as you listen to this, is going to be a great show, as well as Ava sets up West versus Ego versus Javon. But Cesar, the tag team championship match, and Javon versus Orton. What'd you think?
No, the tag team championship match was really, really good. I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it with A-Town Down and Fast and the Frasers. But yeah, like you said, the fuck up was on the heels. And yeah, they didn't get to combine that shit in Fast and Frasers. I like how they got they've been doing that move a lot, and people have been kicking out in NXT, but they did the Spanish Fly to the Phoenix Splash, and that's how they got the dub. Because I mean, let's be honest, those are two finishers. And that's how they got the win. They got the win over A-Town Down. A-Town Down gave them the dub, and I thought that was really good. And then yeah, the Young OG versus Randy Orton. Man, Young OG got his shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't really like a 80-20 kind of, match, which I thought it would be, but Young OG got a lot of his shit. He hit one of those RKOs on Randy. Randy kicked out. Just because he's Randy, but Randy dumped his ass on that table like he likes to do with the light guys and the splashy guys. Randy hit him on that backdrop on that table and a little vintage Orton. Like he does, and gave that kid the respect of being what, 20? Fucking 20. How old is Randy's got to be like 46 or something, right? You don't come here for facts either.
40s.
But 40. So he wrestled somebody half his age, had a phenomenal match. Like if this wasn't the main event, Obafemi and the Dawn were the only thing you could say be the main event. Just because of the title win. Just because of the title win. But to put this kid again in the main event, putting that man Javon Evans in that main event, shows you that is the future of just WWE, because he's in NXT. This kid is gonna be like the next. I'm not saying the next Trick Williams, because I if I'm gonna put champions on shit, I'm saying this is the next Carmelo Hayes. This kid is the next Carmelo. He can wrestle. His talking is way more black than it is maybe, like for WWE, because he's country as fuck and he talks with a lot of slang. If he can enunciate more,
He's Jerome Hardison. He's Jerome Hardison.
but all wins. But all wins.
That's
Not
right. That's
losses. Right. Yeah. I mean, if he could talk more, because like I feel like he's the black version of AJ Styles, because AJ Styles is way southern, and he slings words together and he slurs words together, and I know that's with Jerome. Like I can understand him, but like the WWE white crowd probably can't understand him.
So Sticks can't understand him.
No, Sticks got a pass. He can understand him.
First off, hold on. I'm on the list for the caption subscription. I have a barbecue invitation. I just got to get my broke ass country ass on a plane, and then I'm sure I can show up with a couple of cases of Henny, and they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, this white boy's good. Let's go." So I'm on the list for two subscriptions, for a
That's what the
subscription
bottles.
and a
That's
barbecue.
the bottles behind you. Those are Henny.
Yeah,
You goddamn right they are.
This nigga said a case. He showed with a case of Henny. He might
Hey,
be
if I'm gonna,
98% black.
if I got an invitation, you think I'm just gonna show up with nothing? I gotta show
No,
my
no.
appreciation.
The
I gotta
sad part is-
acknowledge.
The sad part is you can show up with one bottle of Henny, and you said you bringing a case. You might get invited to a few families. You might be on a family tree.
Hey,
and like
if I
six
could
different black people's
honor,
houses.
if I could humbly ingratiate myself
Yeah.
to anybody and everybody, I will. It is well spent.
Yeah, but Javon, they realize they have talent with this man, just from the wrestling. And then the best part about NXT, like we say, is the performance center, so they can work on the speech. So by the time he is ready to take over the heavyweight championship, because I feel like he's got a long run. He's got a long run. He can fight for that. He can fight for the cup. He can fight for the NA championship. That's down the lines. He can keep doing stuff like that. He could be the next Wes. We've seen Wes. Wes came from a tag team to like one of the greatest, like Booker T says it, one of the greatest North American championships. And Wes could be an NA championship. I mean heavyweight champion and be great, heel or face, because we've seen that man perform. And I feel like Javon, if he can learn from Wes, would be one of the greats. He could be the next Carmelo Hayes out of that brand and then go to the main roster. And within your first year, be prevalent in the mid-card championship. Not just like work your way, but just you're like, yo, I'm fighting for the mid-card championship in my first year of being on main roster. That's a Braun character. That's a Carmelo character. That's a fucking Shawn Michaels character. I mean, that's a Sami Zayn character, a Kevin Owens character. That's a guy who can be great early. Submit yourself. That way, if you do take time or you get injured and take time off, you can come back and still like get in a main feud. And that's what you want. Because when you're in a main feud and you get to the top feud, you can wrestle for the chip. You don't have to be no fucking 6'9", 280 fucking guy to get noticed. You can be a dude who is it. I mean, honestly, it's Ricochet with mic skills. You would get way further. Yeah. You would get way further up the card. You wouldn't have to just be like, yo, I gotta perform. I gotta perform. I gotta perform. I gotta
with
perform.
The backstage segments, he's smooth talking. Like he can. He never pauses or bumbles his words. Like he can.
Talk. Yeah, and you can still be yourself, which is what the people.
They connect.
What the people fucking accept all the time. They want you to be real. You can be yourself. You can be like some dirty South motherfucker out here slanging, hitting them dirty high sky RKOs off the top. So that when the legend himself is going to retire in a couple years, they're going to be like, damn, yo, Javon hits that cutter. He hits it off the top, though, but he hits it dirty like Randy Orton used to hit it back in the day. And if you can learn from that man, because like Randy Orton always says, it's the little things. It's the little things you do and the match that keeps you going, that the assholes like us see, recognize, and always talk about. Then that's what you got, man. And that's what made it a great match.
The night ended with young Javon getting the Randy rub from the legend himself. Hopefully he doesn't follow in the same footsteps as Randy. Let's stay out of trouble, Javon.
Nah, kick some bitches in the head, yo. Kick them bitches.
Let's hear from old Henny Rogers himself. Sticks Adam, well on his way to getting the big piece of chicken at the cookout. What did you think of the NXT Tag Team Championship match and then the main event, sir?
Tag team match. It was a great tag team match. Like you said, the miscommunication was on the, if you want to call them the vets, but I have a feeling that's what they've been talking about. Like this has been something that they've been building between these two guys. Like this is going to be something that adds to the case of when Theory turns on Waller. I mean, so this is another thing that they did. Great tag team match. Action in the ring was good. Champions retain. Now let's just talk about the main event. They aren't just handing out matches with a legend or a legend killer in Randy Orton himself. They aren't just giving these to people. They see something in Javon Evans. And we see something in Javon Evans too, as three guys who watch this stuff for numerous years. We've seen this guy come in, and we knew right away that there is something with this guy. He just needs more of the polish in NXT, and then he'll bounce his ass through championships up to the main roster. I mean, so this was a great match. This was a great match as like a testing point. There was a little bit of a bobble, but we got to remember too. One, we like a lot of wrestling trolls on the internet. Everybody that forgets that these guys and gals, they're humans in the ring, so they're going to have a mistake, a hiccup here and there. There was that, but you see the potential with this guy in that match. He got the Randy rub. Randy even talked about, like, there is something with this guy. Like, within a year, this guy could be NXT champion. Within like a little over a year, he could be fighting for a mid-card championship, which I think Cesar talking, and made it, and it got the wheels turning in my head. That man could become NXT champion. And let's just say they're going to do a slow build for Carmelo. They're going to have him take his lumps, and then maybe he becomes United States champion. Carmelo talked about throwing out the old school. Hey, I think I saw it on SmackDown. He wins the United States championship. He wanted to bring back the Spinner championship. So let's just say this man does a United States championship open challenge. We're all wondering, well, who backstage is going to do it? Hell, guys, let's not even talk about backstage. Let's talk about from a different brand. What happens if you hit that bouncy and Javon Evans shows up? And then that man beats Carmelo. Like, that man on a Friday night shows up and shows everybody what us three gentlemen see Tuesday night weekly. If you give that man a little bit more polish, you could have that. Because like Cesar and you guys said, he's on that trajectory of a Carmelo Hayes. And the first night on the main roster, if that man shows up and beats Carmelo Hayes, which allows Carmelo to be, if they give the time between now and whenever they do that, if they think, okay, Carmelo can interject himself into the main event, the main championship picture. If not, him and Javon could have a hell of a run for the United States championship until you think Melo's ready. Like, I think Melo's just on the precipice of being a mid-card champion. I think Javon, in my opinion, I don't even think they're going to even give him like a North American championship. I think they see that he just needs maybe a couple more months, and that guy could be fighting for the NXT championship. Like, it's just like a little bit more ring work, mic skills, and then bam, NXT championship, give him a little bit of a run, and then, hey, he's main roster ready. And like we've talked about, this guy is only 20 years old. This man is wrestling like an experienced person. And outside a little bit of a bobble, we got to give it as one, he's facing a stone cold first ballot Hall of Famer, legend in Randy Orton, in St. Louis on Randy's home turf. So let's give him a little bit of a leeway because he is a human. But outside of that guy put on a hell of a match with Randy. And that bobble was just, I look at it as they were trying to find a new way for Randy to try to hit a RKO out of nowhere. Like, we always see that he hits these moves and you're just like, holy shit, I didn't think that could happen. I'm gonna play the if game. If they would have hit that, we would have been talking about, God damn, this guy, this is a move that you can just hit out of nowhere. Now there was a bobble, yeah, but was just chalked it up as they're trying. You know, you got to try new things in the ring, and the majority of the time they miss. But when they hit, God damn, it will set the internet on fire. But it didn't. But outside of that, Javon looked like a guy that is like, we see why the NXT has the hype train behind him. And Randy even said himself.
Plus, he's young though. He's young though. So I mean, if you're gonna hit a bobble with a young kid and a veteran, that's what it's gonna be. And
it isn't anything that's gonna hinder him or handicap his performance.
Nope.
It's just a little bit of bobble. You learn from it,
and then you keep going. You keep going.
Yeah, and within the next couple months, it's something you can say. He learned from that. He learned from that bobble, and now he's ready to go.
So fans of the tripod that have been with us since the beginning, it makes me happy that you both are comparing young Javon to Carmelo Hayes, because we were there for the build of Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes. Who did he first wrestle? Adam fucking Cole.
We were blown away by Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes gets to the main roster. He faces Cody fucking Rhodes, the WWE.
Like first night. Yes.
And now we get to witness it again with Javon Evans. We're about to go on a ride, gentlemen, and I'm here for it.
I think that's what makes us covering NXT so great, because we see this talent and we can see the next like meteoric rise of a wrestler, like a female or male. We can see like, hey, that guy right there, fucking main event ready right off the bat. Like you can see it in the infancy stages of these guys, which what makes watching NXT so great for us three.
Yes, and
because we definitely called Yawn Maker boring for so long, and then when he got to Raw, they changed his profile. Or when he was with the Wolf Dogs, we found him funny again.
Yeah, that's what
we found him entertaining. But then when he went to Raw solo, he just upped the intensity, and we're like, damn.
And we know duds. Von Wagner never caught fire. And where is he now? He's with Lars Sullivan at KFC on the fucking fryer.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you see this is really why back in the day I was buying NCAA football and Madden just to have the draft class import from college to pros. And then when you see those fine jewels, when you see them, you're like, damn, this guy was a great college player, but he's shit in the pros. But then you're seeing like, damn, this nigga was just good in college, but he's great in the pros. This is what we do with NXT and WWE. When it pays out, Jesus Christ.
If Velveteen wouldn't have gotten all that stupid shit, if he wouldn't have done that stupid shit, could you imagine where Velveteen Dream could be right now?
Velveteen Dream would be a champion right now. Like, I'm sorry. But he didn't. No, wait. He didn't do stupid shit because that bitch was lying. But you know, we always got to believe a bitch over. It's not innocent till proven guilty. You know, especially with niggas and especially with sangrias. But I'm just saying. If Velveteen, oh, Jesus Christ, you said Velveteen.
Velveteen,
man. Andrade, look. I don't know if we would have lost. I don't know if we would have lost half the talent, to be honest with you. Because think about all the great Velveteen matches: Andrade, Ricochet,
would put
Adam
on
Cole.
Special gear for the pay-per-view. Like everything about this man screams star. He was a star.
Right. Think about it. He could have outlasted the Vince raping bitches, whatever shit allegations. You imagine what Triple H could have done with Velveteen?
Man,
nobody would have left. Nobody. You imagine if Velveteen and all right, even still with Lana on the card and fucking Rusev. You imagine a Velveteen Rusev match? Could you imagine a Velveteen? No, wait. We can't even say match. Storyline. You imagine a Velveteen line, and then you imagine if she would have left him, and Velveteen was like, "That's because I turned her down, Rusev. That's why she went to Bobby."
Hmm.
But she wanted the dream, bitch.
I know you don't like him, but if Velveteen would have had a program with Bray Wyatt, master storyteller,
Here's the
Bray
thing,
Wyatt,
Sacred. Yeah.
and
No,
Velveteen Dream, the
I would
mind
have
game.
I would have wanted it. No, Sangria, I would have wanted it. I just didn't like Bray Wyatt in the ring. I did not say he was not a great storytelling or character. He was no matter what he had, he took that character to 110%. His promos, awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna tell you every time. The promos were awesome. The matches just weren't there. His best match was that 6-way elimination chamber where he won the title. That was his best match on TV.
Mm-hmm.
What's his best match? I saw that man twice. They came to Virginia twice. He fought Brody Lee. Twice, and the matches were great because the announcer, every time Bray Wyatt hit a strong move and Brody Lee was down, the announcer would say, "And WWE champion Bray Wyatt." If that was the character on the dark matches that you guys didn't see because they were just in, they were literally house shows. I've seen them twice.
Are way funner than televised events.
Yeah, house shows are way funner. I saw him in Richmond, Virginia, and I saw him in Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk, Virginia is like 10 minutes from my house, and Richmond was like an hour 30. And I saw him twice. And those matches were excellent by the way he controlled them. If they had to put more matches like that on TV, to where he's slamming people, he's hitting power moves on people, and then he looks at the announcer a certain way, he'd be like, and she'd be like, "And WWE champion Bray Wyatt." Like, if you would have saw matches like that on TV, just because he was that powerful and he was beating people, and yeah, he beat Brody Lee twice. That's why I saw him. And I would say, yeah, that was a better championship run. But he only defended it on TV against Randy Orton, and then he lost.
And
so
sadly, the only Bray Wyatt match I saw live was against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 31, which was not a good match.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's some Vince shit.
That was speaking of an hour 30, we could go that on this subject, but
yeah,
no disrespect to TNA.
Nope.
But obviously they were making up for lost time with this past week's episode, setting up the matches for Bound for Glory. You could tell every segment was like, well, then I'm going to take you on a Bound for Glory. And Santino's like, let's make it happen. So it was.
So you mean they pulled an AEW?
Pretty much. There was a setup episode of TNA Impact Wrestling. I didn't really take notes. I watched it, but I was just like, yeah, because the Hardys and ABC, I was like, yes, we're going to see something cool from ABC. Nope. Ruined by Myers and Edwards. But if you gentlemen want to say anything about this past week's TNA, Sticks, I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, you could say TNA stands for a lot of different things, but a new thing that it stands for is a new faction that was formed this Thursday.
Oh, geez.
The Northern Armory, I think it was.
Yeah, Armory.
The Northern Armory, yes, sir.
Yes. We finally get it. Josh Alexander has two young studs under his wings. Josh Alexander, not McKinsey, is backstage, and she interrupts these three fine gentlemen, these three fine Canadian gentlemen.
I'm gonna take a piss because I know Stick's gonna talk for like 28 minutes.
Oh, easy, 25 and a half, okay. These three fine gentlemen are having a nice little discussion, and she butts in. And so Josh decides to enlighten her on what's going on. we find out that Josh and Eric Young are having a match later tonight. He comes out and you thinking, oh, he's gonna have the two guys with him. No, he sends them to the back to take notes. Josh and Eric, they go out there, they have a good match. They have a good match. I mean, is it a great match? No, but I mean it was a good match. They come out, they help Josh get the dub, and then everybody's wondering, well, where's Steve McLean at? Where's Steve at? And halfway through the beatdown, you get a camera and you pan out and you see Steve McLean taking a nap on a pallet, zip tied up. And all of a sudden you hear fuckface like, oh, that's why they sent the two to the back. They beat up McLean so that way when they could jump Eric Young, he didn't have any help. Yeah, okay, maybe that's what happened, fuckface. Who knows? Maybe McLean tried to pick a fight with the boys as they were watching the match. Did you think of that, fuckface?
Hey,
Ringwald's out there.
Cesar, we're getting heel sticks. We're getting heel sticks.
Ringwald's there like, are you sure that's what happened? Are you sure, fuckface, that's what happened? We don't know. I mean, maybe the footage will get leaked. Who knows? But McLean was zip tied in the back, and they put the chair to the knee, and Josh Alexander jumps, gives a knee to the chair, and Eric Young might be disposed. Who knows? Maybe he isn't. I don't know. But my highlight of TNA Impact is a new faction that has the letters TNA in it. I think this is great. I was hoping this is what was going to happen. It gives Josh the ability to take two young guys that I believe that they see something in, put them with him. He can instill some knowledge on them. And let's see where it goes. I mean, you aren't putting them on NXT TV. I mean, you're not throwing. You could have, like Cesar, we have talked about for the last month. You're not profiting off of a North reunion. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's give this guy two guys, and let's give him a faction that you're going to have on TNA Impact TV and on possibly TNA pay-per-views. Let's see where this goes. I'm along for the ride with it.
So AEW had a pay-per-view that unfortunately I was unable to see. There was a pre-show, which I did watch, did not take notes. There were a couple of notable things that happened on this pre-show. Brian Cage won, shocker,
Jesus Christ,
a championship even. The Ring of Honor Television Championship, which Samoa Joe surrendered a while ago, just because for the fuck of it. Anna Jay beat Harley Cameron. And we saw the return of Rico to join the MXM Collection Entertaining. Cesar, I know you don't want to talk about the pre-show, so Sticks, any thoughts on the pre-show before we move on?
Oh, it's not that I want to talk about. I just didn't watch it.
Okay.
I'll just say this. Harley Cameron is getting better in the ring. Anna Jay, we know she went overseas. She talks about how that helped her in ring. They've ingratiated Harley Cameron more as an in-ring talent. And you can see that she's getting better and better. Having her go up against Anna Jay, I think was another big step for her. And I thought she did good in it. I thought she didn't fuck it up. I mean, I thought it was a good women's match. Harley's there to play the heel that could collect some L's. And this was another L that allowed Anna to keep building towards whatever goal they have for her. So, I mean, outside that, I mean, the pre-show was the pre-show. I mean, could we have swapped some matches from the main card with the pre-show? Yeah, you could have. But I'll just say this. They're giving Harley Cameron time, and she's not fucking it up. She's not fucking up her time. Like, she's actually doing pretty decent for a woman that I think they said has had, 15, 16 ring matches so far. So not terrible.
Okay. Well, the main show started. It had, I'm going by Wikipedia. It says Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page.
That was the first match.
Sticks. What did you think of this? And if you rated it, enlighten us, please.
I thought this was a good match. I thought this was a banger of a match to have start off. Jay White was trying to get underneath Hangman's skin. Like he slapped him about 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Hangman is legit heel. He got it to I think at least the ring apron. The fans booed him. He flipped off the fans. I'll keep it short and sweet. The announcers talked about how like nobody knows what Jay White's injury was. Like they saw the last match he had before he was on his hiatus was against Hangman in the Owen tournament. Jay was able to work on Hangman's knee. The Hangman powerbombed Jay onto the ring steps, which I thought looked funky as fuck. But he was able to hit Hangman went from the top to go outside. I think he was on top anyway. Leg got trapped. Jay White chopped the shit out of him. Jay worked on the knee. I think there was a knee breaker on the ramp. There's a dragon screw in the ropes. The finish saw, well, not the finish, but Hangman went for a dead eye. He hit it, but the move also involves you landing on your knees. Well, it fucked up his knee. Finish saw Hangman went for the buckshot, flipped over the ropes. His knee was bothering him so bad that there was a hitch, allowed Jay White to grab the Blade Runner, picked him and pick up the dub. And this looks like this isn't over with because Hangman was staring at him, and I think he even might have said this isn't over with or anything like that. I gave it 6 in the salty mustard. I thought it was a hell of a match to have start up because Jay White's first match back, and you have him, Hangman. We talk about long-term storytelling. Well, Jay White came back. We saw him come back on Dynamite, and he didn't forget. Like he knew I think he said he has 2 people on his way to the championship that he's after. Well, we see who number 1 is. It's Hangman Adam Page. So let's see. Obviously, Hangman, I think during the pay-per-view, like afterwards, like I said he wasn't done with him yet. So let's see how far we drag this out to, and then we'll see who number 2 is. I thought it was a hell of an opener. Like I said, I gave it 6 in the salty mustard, and I thought it was a great way for AEW to start their main card off.
Cesar, we kicked it off with the Switchblade versus the Hangman. What did you think?
No, I'm agree with Sticks. It's a good match. So the announcers like to talk about how Jay White is more of a counter wrestler. He reacts to what you do in the ring. But for the first half of the match, he was the aggressor. So when Hangman would get him in the corner, Jay White would go like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then he would slap Hangman. And he did that a couple times, and Hangman would get, like mad and try to attack him. And then Jay White would counter wrestle him, which was a good tactic in the ring. And Jay White looked good, man. He was lean as fuck, girl. He was cut.
Well, even Nigel's like, he still has those 10-pack abs. So they're like, he looked lean as fuck.
Yeah. And I thought it was a very good match. And like Stick said, he was working on the knee. And then the announcers brought up that he was working on the knee because he hit one of those like shivs you put on the knee outside. He did it. Yeah, whenever they were outside. And then when Hangman went for the buckshot lariat and he swung, Jay White dipped right under and caught him for the switchblade, which was a good finish. I thought it was a really good finish because that's when he's back to counter wrestling. Like the first half of the match, it seemed like Jay White was super angry. And that could have been like, fucking with Juice, fucking with the Young Bucks, and no, not the Young Bucks, but the Bang Bang Gang, which they said the Bang Bang Gang couldn't be there because of travel. And then Jay White hit the counter shit at the end to win the match. So yeah, super good. I'm gonna agree with Sticks. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 6 in the salty mustard. It was a great match to open. I figured out something about AEW during this pay-per-view that I will share with you guys afterwards. But yeah, I thought it was 6 and the salty mustard as well.
Well, up next, according to Wikipedia, was Willow versus
Yeah.
Mariah for the AEW Women's Championship. Cesar, was this a stink fest or was it decent?
It wasn't a sting fest, like, to be honest with you. It was. I'm not gonna say sorry to say, but I didn't think it was a stink fest. I thought it was a pretty good match as well. Yeah, like Willow came out hot. So if you've seen the previous weeks about what happened, and they showed the trailer of what happened between both people every single match, and they came out, and Willow came out hot. Mariah came out just, super slutty, as she should. And Willow brought that heat. She brought that heat. And this was a good match between both of them. And they both got a lot of their moves in. Wasn't focused on anything else outside. But Mariah did get the win. The fuck did she do? Did she do a
She hit a
hurricane run off the top?
Yeah, she did. Like, the finishing sequence was nuts because she
Yeah.
hit a Mayday and there was a 2.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a Hurricanrana off the top, which you thought Willow was going to hit the power bomb.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, you thought she was going to hit a Mayday off the top. Then you thought she was going to do a Hurricane Rana off the top. Then you thought Willow was going to reverse it to like a power bomb off the top, but it was a Hurricane Rana and then some other shit. And then, Mariah got the dub and then celebrated in the ring. And this was actually a really good finish. It was just crazy how they set it up. But yeah, no, I'm gonna give this shit a solid 6.
Wow.
I thought it was really good. It followed the first match really, really good. So I'm gonna give it a solid 6 for this one. But no, it was a good match.
Wow, Sticks Thunder Thighs gets a 6 from Cesar. Willow Nightingale's first 6. Oh, wait. Yeah, first 6 on the fucking tripod. I was thinking of that one cool street fight match, but I think that was a Dynamite, I think. But we didn't rate it. But Sticks, what'd you think? Let me know. Mariah, Willow.
I thought this was Willow's best match she's had in AEW in her career.
Yeah.
I mean, this was great. I mean, like Cesar said, right out the gates. I mean, they showed the video package and right out the gates, Willow came in hot. Like, she was hitting her with a lot of things. To keep it short, the closing sequence was crazy. And I love how they're still feeding in to her using the Storm Zero to pick up dubs. Like, she hit a Storm Zero on Willow to get the dub. I love how they're still doing that. Like, it's like these guys finally are picking up, like, hey, if we do like we talked about, Randy says the little things, whereas if she keeps using this finisher that isn't hers, it's going to build towards when timeless Tony Storm and her meet back up again. Like, this was a great match to have follow up the opening match. And I'm telling you this, I was glad that this women's match was adverse, because if you had told me that fucking Sasha Monet and somebody else would have, I probably would have went ahead and took my bathroom break super early. But this match was great to have afterwards. I agree with Cesar. This was a solid 6. Like, these women went out there. Mariah played the heel champion great. And we're starting to see why AEW is pushing Willow each week and every month. Like, she put it together in this match. Like, you saw this match. If you would watch this match, you would have seen, okay, I see why she's a legitimate championship contender for either the TBS or the AEW Women's Championship. She went out there and she took the L like a champ. So I thought it was a great follow-up for a great opener. 6 solid pretzels.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Well, up next it says Jack Perry versus Shibata for the
Mhm.
TNT Championship sticks. Enlighten me, please.
I thought this is when this match, I thought this is when it kind of dipped a little bit. Like there was, not to say there was a lot of grappling, there was a lot of wrestling. Jack Perry plays his part right. He kind of got into Shibata's head. Like there was the opening sequence was a lot of reversals, a lot of grappling, technical wrestling. Jack got pissed off, so he went outside the ring, got a water bottle, put it on his head, and he sprayed the water on Shibata. That's when Shibata kind of was like, "Oh, you're gonna do that to me." Chased after him. Jack brought out the snare. They call it the snare trap. You know, he was able to put that submission. Shibata was able to get the rope. I just didn't like how the finish ended. Like he put him in the sleeper hold, which got on his. He sunk the hooks in, got on his back, and then Jack. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if he climbed the ropes, but he went back like flat to like Shibata's back was
No,
flat.
yeah,
to the mat.
he climbed the ropes and then like flipped it on his back. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's how you got the 3 count. It was just like Shibata is an experienced wrestler. Like this guy knows that when he has that on a guy and that guy falls on his back, you have till 2 to move to either A, let go of the hold or at least get a shoulder up. I just didn't like how the finish went. I'm sure we'll talk about the stuff afterwards. I don't know if you want that, but I gave it like 4 and some salt at the bottom of the bag. Like I just thought they did Shibata wrong on it. I did like they seemed like with that the way the match ended, like the guy didn't know. This is like this guy's wrestled for a while. Like I'm sure he's wrestled longer than Jack Perry's probably almost been alive, maybe.
Facts.
But
Facts.
I didn't like the finish. Afterwards, Jack's getting ready to attack Shibata. Danny Garcia comes out, makes the save. And then MJF's music comes out. MJF comes out. Danny is staring at MJF, allows Jack to hit him with the belt. MJF starts beating him down, starts talking shit on the mic, makes a comment about the Seattle Supersonics. It makes a comment about Danny's contract bidding war. It was about as real as what was I think something with like the Seattle Supersonics, which he played to the crowd.
Well, and the ring.
Yeah, fine. He said you talked about how you pawned my dynamite diamond ring off at some pawn shop in Buffalo. Guess what? I found it. He's getting ready to hit him, and then you hear, it's all about the boom. Adam Cole was back, which I'm guessing they're gonna totally forget about how he played the devil. Like this guy came out, Adam Cole boom shirt. He doesn't come out with an Undisputed Kingdom theme song. It's back with Adam Cole boom baby song. Runs MJ off. The crowd's cheering. So I'm just gonna guess that we're not gonna get an Undisputed Kingdom reunion. I don't know. I guess we're not gonna get that. But the match, 4 in the salt bottom bag. After the match, I thought it was all right. I gave it 4 solids. I mean, we had three returns in like a 7-minute span. So it wasn't bad.
So Cesar, I thought from what you guys have described so far, I thought this would be Styx's favorite pay-per-view of the year because we got a great Jay White match and a dub.
Yeah.
And Adam Cole returns as face. I thought Styx would be jizzing all over his fucking phone right now.
Me too.
But Cesar, give me
wait till you hear later. Yeah. But go ahead. Oh, you want me to talk about this?
Yeah, so what'd you think?
All right, so the only reason in the chat I brought up Title Tuesday was because what's the cracker's name? Jack Perry said the most gayest shit. The most, and I'm repeating it now. Gayest shit in wrestling history. He cut a promo
Wait till you see Raw.
No. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't even seen Raw, and I don't care what happened on Raw. This nigga said, "Hey, this cracker." I'm sorry, TikTok, because Sangria gonna post this. This cracker said, yeah, Shibata, blah blah blah. He's a great wrestler. He's got a turkey leg between his two legs.
Okay, yeah, that topped Raw.
Yeah. He actually said this. He said the man was swinging deep. He said this man had a missile in between his legs. No, but no, correct. No, I'm dead ass. I saw this on TikTok on Tuesday. He said Shibata has a turkey leg in between his legs. From beating him up for 2 weeks, he said that man had a big penis.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't care what.
Shibata is yellower than my shirt, and we know about Asians. You got to
Nah. But hey. He's the wrestler. He's the wrestler. And he eats chops and kicks like nobody's business. Hey, he might be big dick swinging. I mean, when I saw him wrestle Jack Perry, I was like, you know what? He probably does have a bigger dick than Jack Perry.
Cesar, that's his phone in his trunks. That's not his turkey leg, all right?
Hey man, look, it's Shibata though. Because if you'd have watched this match, there was like 4 to 5 times when Jack Perry was just hitting Shibata, he was not selling. And the crowd was hype. And then, especially the chops, because the chops were weak. Sticks can probably tell you. The chops were weak.
Shibata would puff his chest out, and it was just like, bring it, give me more, bitch. Give me more.
And Jack Perry would chop him like 4 times, and they didn't sound deep at all. Then Shibata would chop him once. And that shit sounded like Ric Flair in the 80s, bitch. Like Jack Perry, and then I'm going to give you this. Jack Perry was selling them because they were deep. And then Jack Perry got to spit on him in his face when he was sitting Indian style on the mat and then kicked him twice. Shibata ate them shits, popped up, and just chopped Jack Perry. It was about a bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you, this was the Bucks ref.
Mm-hmm.
And when, like Stick said, Jack Perry had him in a chokehold. No, Shibata had Jack Perry in a chokehold on like the turnbuckle, and he bounced off or some shit and landed flat. And that's how the finish was. Because Shibata had Jack Perry in a chokehold. Jack Perry was on top of Shibata. Shibata's both shoulders were pinned. But he was choking the shit out of Jack Perry. He was out. But the ref counted 1, 2, 3. And that's how Jack Perry kept the title.
Is it 4 in the crumbs match, or what'd you think?
Bro, this shit was some trash. Yeah, 4 in the crumbs to me. This shit was some, just throw the whole match away. Just throw the match away.
But then afterwards, what'd you think?
No.
Uh-oh. Sticks, you're gonna get mad.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can never get mad at my brother Cesar because I respect I respect both your guys' opinions on wrestling. So I can never get mad at you guys' opinions.
Yeah. I'm not mad that the afterwards was great, but like you have a shit match, right? I'm sorry, because the crowd was booing hard. Because they were like, that's a shit finish. And it was the Bucks ref, the elite ref. Who was there, right? It was the Bucks ref. And then, you have Daniel Garcia come out. So everybody's happy and they're like, right? Everybody's happy. They're like, oh, because Jack Perry was beating down Shibata. He hit him with the belt like twice. He's beating down Shibata. So Daniel Garcia comes out, right? And everybody's like, cool. And then MJF comes out. So Jack Perry ducks out like a bitch. And we're like, all right, cool. He left. And then MJF comes out beating him up, and then Jack Perry comes back and like jumps off the top rope and hits him with the belt. So Max is taking off the jacket, beats him up, takes off the shirt, beats him up, talks. And he's like, "Hey, Danny, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you told me what the shit was." Beats
Yeah,
him up.
I think he said something like, "The last time I saw you in the ring, Danny, I didn't break a sweat
Yeah, I
whooping
didn't
your
break a
ass."
sweat, so everybody boos again because, Max is bleeding and blah, blah, blah. He gets the ring back, beats his ass up. And then Adam Cole comes out. And then Max is shocked. Adam
Yeah, because
Cole.
Max didn't think he was fully healed because he's like, "Oh, your ankle," like he's doing
Yeah,
a gym thing. And then
He
Cole
came
runs
out
like a
on
fucking like Forrest Gump after he gets his fucking braces off. His fucking legs and arms are swinging as he's running to the ring, and Max is like, "Oh shit, this motherfucker can actually legit run."
Yeah. So and then he runs. Adam Cole just saying shit with the shit around. He's like, "I'm gonna kill you, Max." He's like, "You ain't shit." And like he was talking some bullshit. I'm like, well, why is he face? If he was trying to build the Undisputed Kingdom to take over, why is Adam Cole face? But anyway, he talks shit about Max, and then you hear it in the camera, and he hits the boom, and Max is in like the 12th row when he hits the boom, and the camera's still like behind Max. But Adam Cole wants to kill Max for some reason because he said it at least 3 times. He came out there. Yeah, he came out there. He didn't attack Max.
What was your problem with it?
Like, why are we doing this after this match? Like, why? No, and then they no. Here's what. This is why they're trying to do it. But I'm like, why are they trying to do it? Because Danny Garcia coming back for what's his name? Sticks.
Here's the thing I'm gonna say.
No, what's the Asian nigga's name?
Danny and Shibata were a tag team. Then Danny's got issues of MJF. Well, then Adam Cole's got issues of MJF. So that's how they crammed it all into like a 5-minute
Shibata.
segment.
Yeah. I understand why Danny Garcia came back because Danny Garcia and Shibata are apparently tight. And then but they're trying to because Max is gone. Max won and then left. Why did Max leave?
No,
but my thing is
after the match, Danny beat him up. Like Danny supposedly injured him, which wrote him off to go do Happy Gilmore 2.
But why is Adam Cole a face now? That's my whole thing. You can bring Adam Cole back, but
where's that Tony Khan background, Cesar?
Oh, hold on.
That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. This man was the fucking devil. You built a faction with this man who had history with all the guys that were in the faction from past and like way past stuff with two different companies.
There we go.
And then you built this shit, and this man is gone. Like he's gone.
No. My whole thing was, why is Adam Cole a face? Because like Roddy and them were heels and beating the fuck out of people, but then they respect Hook, and then like what? I understand why MJF and Danny Garcia would have heat, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. But why is Adam? I understand Adam Cole and MJF are beef from their laugh shit, but why? Like literally, why? So I don't know. God damn it, I broke the seal. I gotta pee again. Sticks talks about some wrestling.
Hold on a second. Okay, so up next, according to Wikipedia, we had the match that I would have loved to seen. I saw this on the card. I was like, this might be worth the $50 if I could hook on the street or something to afford this fucking pay-per-view. It was for the International Championship. It was Takeshita versus Ospreay versus Ricochet. I was like, okay, this might be worth it. This is what I've been looking forward to on this podcast of Hearing Sticks. So let me know. How was it? Was it worth the price of admission?
I thought it was. Cesar might differ. I thought this was my match of the night. Like you knew what you were going to get with it. You're with 2 out of the 3 guys. You're going to get some flippy dippy stuff. Begin the match. Both guys team up against Take Shida. Get him out of the ring. So then those 2 go against each other. With it being obviously a triple threat match, you're gonna get anything goes. We're out here triple threat match, so it's gonna be Wild West. Don Callis is on commentary, which I love Don Callis on commentary. I'm still a fan of his. I was a fan of him when he was on commentary in TNA, especially during the Sami Callihan versus Tessa Blanchard run that they had. I thought Don was great on that. Don is great on commentary. Will and Ricochet back and forth, great stuff. I thought this was a coming out match for Take Shida. Like this guy showed that he could wrestle, flip and dippy, but he was also a guy who can do strong moves. I'll keep the highlights very short. Ricochet, there was a point in the match when Ricochet was in the corner. I think he was going for like a rolling, I don't know what it was, but it was a rolling something on Take Shida, and Take Shida hit him with a fucking hell of a forearm. He nailed him with a hell of a forearm. I love Will Ospreay calling back the Styles Clash. I fucking love that. This man.
No, he hit the phenomenal forearm too.
Yeah, this man is a man after my own heart because he knows how you tug at my heartstring, my man AJ Styles. You do the phenomenal forearm, and then you hit a Styles Clash. I love how he's doing that. Towards the end of the match, Don Callis interferes. He's gonna hit Will with the screwdriver. Will intercepts it. Screwdriver falls onto the mat. Will's gonna hit a Tiger Driver on Don, where you see a hooded man slide in, grab a screwdriver, hits Will with a screwdriver. Will's selling it. He looks at the guy, and obviously it's Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher turns on Will. Take Shida is able to hit the knee on Will. Pick up the 1, 2, 3. We have a new international champion. Then Fletcher hits a Tiger Driver on Will, which he sells to the moon. Sells that his shoulder is hurt. This is my match of the night. The action in the ring. Like I said, we had Flippy Dippy, but we also had Take Shida looking good. Another thing, Take Shida. There was like a sequence where all 3 guys hit something. I forget what Kenosuke hit on. I think it was on one of the guys, and all 3 guys fell on each other. Like Kenosuke was on top, and I think it was Will, and then Ricochet.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and it got to like a 2 count. I thought it was a great match. I mean, obviously with Will Ospreay, you're on beard cheese alert. I gave this 8 in the beard cheese. I thought the action in the ring was great, and I thought this was a coming out match for Konosuke Take Shida. So I'll just leave it as that.
Does this get added to the list of matches of the year?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, because I thought this was probably Konosuke Take Shida's best match that he's had in AEW, and that says a lot because this man has faced Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega. I mean, when we talk about United States Kenny Omega versus New Japan Kenny Omega, the name itself is still there, but this match alone, you had not only Will Ospreay, but we had Ricochet. First legit PLE match that had stakes in it, and he held his own and he came out on top.
So Cesar, after this pay-per-view went off the air, I mean, I go on TikTok, I go on Twitter. Spoilers are unavoidable for me.
Yeah.
So I did. I watched some of the highlights, and I saw something during this match. Again, I'm 41. been watching wrestling 90% of my life. I saw something I've never seen before,
Fuck, am I the oldest nigga in this podcast? That's some bullshit.
which would automatically get my beer cheese if I would have saw this live. I'm gonna send it
Yeah.
to the chat right now because I edited it.
I don't know where my phone is. Oh, it's right here.
Takeshita hit a clothesline to Will Ospreay, to
Mhm.
which Will Ospreay flipped and landed on his fucking feet and then
Yeah.
hit a toss cutter. I was like, holy shit, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Amazing. So again, this for sure, we got Willie Beer Cheese in this match. He's gonna get the beer cheese.
That's not even the top spot in this match, bro.
When I saw that, I've never seen that before. So I was
Yeah, no, for real.
but I didn't get to see the entire match. I just saw some.
Yeah.
But see,
All right.
enlighten us to what you thought of this triple threat match.
This match was fucking great. This is one of the things. Now, do y'all remember when I said before we talk about this, there's a few things about AEW that I need to talk about after we talk about this?
Yes.
This was this and another match in this show is the definition of what I'm gonna say after we talk about the whole pay-per-view. What I want to say about AEW. Yes. So no, was that spot great? Yes, Sangria, you are correct. That spot was great. The match started off really good because both guys beat the shit out of Takeshita. And Don on the commentary, he don't miss, man. He like I don't understand it. Like because you're like there's three guys at commentary, and then when Don is at commentary, he don't miss, bro. He really don't. He exudes everything you need about Don Callis, but like because Will Ospreay used to be in the Don Callis family, he hypes up Will Ospreay and then doubly talks shit about Will Ospreay. But then I like how they call Takeshita the alpha because he beat Kenny Omega twice.
Yep.
And then you know what? As much shit as I talked about last week, y'all can check the rant about how they send people to New Japan to get better because you can't get better in AEW. Takeshita went in that G1 and went deep. He went deep in that G1, and it only made him better. And in this match, the one thing I like because Sangria, when we talked about Ricochet and Cracker on Dynamite, and you were like, it's a lot of the same shit, right? When they started, it was a lot of the same shit. And you know what Takeshita did when they were like that flippy dippy and they were all reversing? Came in, especially when they do that shit off the ropes, where they were both like back flipping and like pose landing. Takeshita came in and drop kicked them both in the head.
Good.
Yeah, see, I knew you would
That's
like it.
when you know. That's when you knew. That's when you knew. Oh, we in for some shit in this match.
Yes. Like they both were like reversing every move, right? Because they both beat up Takeshita, they both threw him out of the ring. Then they were both like reverse, Cartwright, whatever, reverse, and then they both landed in the middle of the ring, and they landed, and then Takeshita was like, bow, kicked both them niggas in the head. As soon as he did it, I was like,
I'm gonna buy a shirt.
yes.
I'm buying a Takeshita shirt immediately.
Yo, I was like, ooh. I was like, no, I might be rooting for Takeshita in this match. And if Sangria was watching, he'd have a boner right now. I was like, he would be hot right now. But that's what Takeshita bought. And you know, I see a lot of shit on the internet, and everybody's like, yo, man, like Ricochet ain't quick no more. He's not super fast no more. But I was like, he's more powerful now. Because that's what the WWE style is. Yes, he's quick. He's quicker than everybody. and he's a lot faster than everybody. But old Ricochet wouldn't be able to like pick up Bronson Reed, let alone take a shitter in a match. But new Ricochet, he may not be as fast as Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay got faster. Yes, he did get faster. But his moves are built on fast guys. AJ Styles, what he's doing. You know, the Stormbreaker. But he's not picking up big bitches. He's not picking up fat niggas. But Ricochet is. Ricochet's picking up dudes like Bronson. That's why, I understand Ricochet is not as fast as Will Ospreay is over the years. Ricochet was much more thinner and leaner. But this Ricochet is much more stronger. And that's what you got to respect. The match was great. No, don't get me wrong. The match was super great. And the spot Sticks is talking about was it was take a shit ahead Ricochet on his shoulders. Will Ospreay came and gave like a doomsday device, right? Ospreay gave the doomsday device. Ricochet landed, and then Spike take a shitter. Then Ospreay came over the top, gave a poison Rana to Ricochet. Ricochet kind of landed, gave a poison Rana to Ospreay. Take a shitter, gave a double German to both them niggas, and they were all down. And that's the point where I'm like, this is what I mean, bro. Y'all are like ruining finishers.
Well, we're not even talking about Ospreay went for a hidden blade, and then Ricochet caught him and gave like a backslide power bomb onto freaking Ospreay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, because to me, it should have been reversal. Because like if Ricochet, if Will Ospreay is giving hidden blade, right? That's like a lariat move, right? So you got to respect his lariat move. So why is Ospreay giving that doomsday device to Ricochet? Ricochet should be giving that move because that's not his forte. The lariat is not his forte. He should be chopping blah, blah, blah to go into that move.
Is this an 8 in the beer cheese worthy match?
To me, all right, look, I'm going to be honest. I liked another match better.
What?
I liked another match better. I'm sorry. This was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm not saying what is good. There were just too many. There was too many finishers, and the next and the match I actually gave the beer cheese to. There was too many finishers to me again in that match, but it wasn't like as apparent as here because they used poison ranas, they used hidden blades, they used everything, and they used phenomenal forearms, styles clashes. Take a shit had power bombs. Blue Thunder bombs. Everybody Ricochet had 450s and Spanish. No, 450s and what's the Billy Kidman shit?
Shooting star.
Shooting stars. Yeah, no, there was way too many finishers. And this 3-way match that everybody kicked out of. And for me, these guys wrestling at their peak should not kick out of. You can kick out of 1. I'm gonna give you guys 1. You shouldn't.
That guy you sent me the video where he goes, he kicked out of 4 finishers. Matt Jackson.
That's what I'm saying.
Did he review this one?
I don't follow that guy. I don't follow that guy. You know. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and look at that guy and find that guy's page.
Dude,
I'm gonna find that guy's page and see if he looked at it. But see, this is what I mean about. But no, this is what I mean by like TikTok wrestling guys. Like we need Sticks. You got to download TikTok, bro, just to have your own TikTok page. I swear to God, Sticks. Like I swear to God, me, you, and Sangria could blow up on fucking TikTok for wrestling context, and then when they realize we're together, it'd be fucking ignorant. But like I'm gonna give it 7 in the mustard.
Wow.
I like the another match better, and I'm really gonna hate the match that you guys are gonna.
I don't even have one.
Yeah, no, you didn't watch
when
it. You're gonna
Takeshita
hate it. You're gonna hate it.
drop kicked them in their superhero stance. Beer cheese immediately after that.
Like this is the only Will Ospreay match I'm not giving the beer cheese to. You're gonna hate it, Zingari. When I talk about the match that I gave the beer cheese to, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it just because some other shit.
Boys, I want to give a quick shout out. We talk about TNA. We know Scott D'Amore got fired. Next Saturday, I don't know if you guys saw it, he bought a promotion, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Next Saturday and Sunday, they got a 2-night event. Konosuke Takeshita is facing Josh Alexander on that fucking card. And guess what? Your boy bought both nights. So pay attention to your wrestling
Of
Twitter,
course you did.
your wrestling TikTok, because that match might light the weekend on fire. I just wanted to give a quick shout out, boys.
Who's
That's what I
gonna be
wanted
the
to do.
heel in that match? They're both fucking heels.
Exactly.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see. But the next match was Hologram versus the Beast Mortos. 2 out of 3 falls, Cesar. I don't know how many times you've seen Hologram. Usually he's sentenced to
I've seen
night.
Hologram. I told
But
you.
he is facing a man he's faced many times. How was this the 3 falls match?
So if I'm going off online, everybody's like, what the fuck is the story between this bullshit? And then the AEW fans are like, no, they fought like 10 times. And then the regular fans are like, oh, so no story. So it depends on what you want, but the man Hologram won 2-1.
Okay.
He represented. I'm not gonna lie, I was doing a little bit of laundry during this match. I saw Hologram win twice. I didn't even see when Mortos won one. But it is 12. It's what, 12-0? No, it's like at least 6.
15-0, I believe.
Hologram is 15-0, and he has beaten Mortos at least half of those times. I'm just saying, Mortos only has 1 fall in between his 2-1 fall against that man, but on TV he been getting his ass murked. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I did watch and sit down and watch it, because I really didn't give 2 shits about this match, Hologram was doing some work. He was doing some work. So shout out to you, Hologram. You got your collision match on a pay-per-view, but yeah, I didn't watch it, so I'm not gonna rate it. So I didn't watch it.
Wow, a no rating. He gives it 3 clean socks because he just did laundry. Sticks, what did you think of the 2 out of 3 falls match?
I thought it was okay. Like Cesar said, I didn't see much story in this. Action wise, a lot of lucha libre stuff, which I mean, I'm a fan of wrestling, so I don't mind a lucha libre shit. I mean, I don't mind it. A lot of flippy dippy, top rope stuff. I mean, they're continuing the undefeated streak for Hologram. Rating wise, I gave it 4, just for the fact that I couldn't figure out the story from it, but I thought the action in it alone. The Beast Mortos and his 1 victory that he got, he had a combination of moves. I can't remember, but then he tried going for that same combination of moves in the 3rd match. But, obviously you would think that Hologram would know what was coming, and he did. So he's able to counter that and be able to pick up the dub. So, I mean, Beast Mortos obviously didn't figure that Hologram was semi-smart enough to figure that out, but he was. So, outside that, I mean, it was a nice match. I mean, I gave it 4.
Well, speaking of matches we've seen 100 times, Up next was Darby Allin versus the No Knees Cracker. It was a singles match. I'm glad you're sitting down. Sticks, what did you think of this match?
No, it's a 10 count.
It was an all right match. I mean, they talk about how Darby's never pinned No Knees in his wrestling career. So No Knees power game, obviously. We had a point in the match where No Knees puts the steel steps on Darby and climbs the steel steps on him and starts kicking on the top of the steel
That
steps.
shit was rough, bro.
Oh
That
god,
shit was rough to watch, Sangria.
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious.
Oh yeah. There's that one point where No Knees is outside the ring and Darby goes like 3, 4, 5 straight times of just jumping out, going in the ring, going off the ropes, and like suicide diving, all that stuff onto him. Darby was able to pick up the dub, being able to at least put one win on that record. No Knees gives him a handshake, which a lot of people on the internet was like, "Oh, does this mean he's not in the House of Black?" The announcers are still saying that he was honoring the House of Black. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Darby picked up the dub. It was a hard-hitting match. No Knees was the stronger opponent out of both, and he put the punishment on Darby, and just like a Darby match, he's able to take it and dish out a little bit of his own, and he's still able to pick up the dub. So, I mean, we'll see where Darby goes after that. I gave it 4 solid. It was 8.
Caesar, if this is your beer cheese match, you better get the fuck off this show right now.
Why would I give Darby a beer
You
cheese?
said I wasn't going to be happy.
I would feel like Cesar's is probably like the tag team championship match.
All right, Caesar. Darby versus Brody. We've seen it dozens of times.
Yeah.
What did you think? What did you think?
Yeah, this was all right as well. It was another. Yeah, see you leaving, you stupid bitch. You don't even know. But fucking yeah. Darby was getting his ass whooped the whole match, and pretty much he threw beer cheese, walked on him on the steps. Not beer cheese. No Knees walked on him on the steps. You kept saying beer cheese, and that shit stuck in my head. I will say the most painful shit was probably that cracker putting the steps on Darby and then walking up the steps on Darby. Jesus Christ. And then he stomped on that shit.
How much you want to bet that was Darby's idea?
Oh, I know it was Darby's idea because Darby's fucking white boy crazy. But he threw No Knees from the top rope. So the steps were still outside, and then the steps were like standing up like this, not standing flat, but standing up. Darby threw No Knees from the top rope to the steps outside, and he landed on him.
Yeah, he
Like
caught
standing
and
up.
dropped on the top of him.
On his
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, he landed on him on his back because Darby threw him off. But no. Then Sangria, then that cracker with No Knees is landed like this. Darby coffin drops from the top rope onto that bitch on the steps.
That's like a fly landing on you. Him hitting the steps was the worst part of that.
Yeah, exactly. Him in the steps was the worst part. And then Darby coffin dropped on him again, and that's how he won. So yeah, it was 4.
4. Okay. Now, speaking of which, the tag team title match was next.
Here we
It
go.
was
Here we
Young
go.
Bucks versus. Oh my God, is that private?
Is it Private Party?
Come on, what's his name? Alex, do your dance. What do you think?
No, Alex. No, Alex.
Oh,
No.
Alex, forget it. I'm not ordering this shit.
Yeah, exactly. No, Alex. No, Alex.
What'd you think? Tag team title match.
This was a really good match. The wrong people won. I'm going to say that up front. The wrong people won. But this was so the pre-match of this, the pre-match was this showed like, people coming up and then people who train people to be wrestlers and shit. And then there was the match. And the match was really good. Yeah, this was a classic. It was a barn burner. It was justice. It was not justice. It was really fucking good. The wrong people won, but this is my beer cheese match.
Well, I'm not mad at it because I've seen Private Party versus the Young Bucks,
Yes.
and there's
Yeah.
no low points. It's all highlights. It's
Yeah,
all
it's all highlights. It's all highlights.
And
So-
Private
so-
Party deserves to be. They deserve the fucking gold. They should be wearing gold multiple times, not just tonight. They
Yes,
should
sir.
wear it multiple times. They are the first AEW shirt that I purchased. You remember the
Yeah.
This ain't water shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
This
gold.
ain't water.
That,
And then
this is
they're
gold.
my first AEW shirt with the shots are calling.
Yeah.
My first AEW shirt was Private Party. Shots are calling, answer or decline.
It's not hard to believe this was your beer cheese match because these are two teams that can go.
But I will say, man, the Young Bucks again kicked out of finishers when they should not. Like you remember that TikTok I sent you from that guy?
Yeah.
And that guy said they shouldn't have kicked out all these finishers. Like they both got hit, that not just Matt, not just Nick. They both got hit with finishers, and then one of them got hit with a Young Bucks finisher.
Oh, the Melter driver.
No, the
TK
more bang
driver.
for your buck.
Oh,
The more bang for your buck. Like it was one time, Private Party at one point, Private Party hit the gin and juice.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, kick out. And then it was the other one came in, and it was the spike, more bang for your buck.
well, wasn't this
One,
also the Elite's ref too?
Yeah, it was also the Elites ref. But it was 1, 2, kick. No, the brother came and saved him. And then something else happened that they did. And then they spiked the cracker. They did some other shit. And then they hit 2 finishers, and that's how they beat him. But the match though, because the match started outside the ring. Like the Young Bucks were like, fuck this. Nah, we're leaving. They walked up the ramp, and Private Party chased them after they came in to the ring, chased them, beat him up, hit his shit outside, came into the ring, had a phenomenal match. And then, the Private Party hit the gin and juice, hit the more bang for your buck. And then they did something and took one of them out because Zay kept fighting. But he was all fucked up. He kept fighting. Then they threw the other one out the ring. Then they hit the EVP. They hit the EVP trigger, and Zay kicked out at 1. Then they hit the TK driver, and then that's when they got the 1, 2, 3. And they lost. I'm giving this 8 in the beer cheese. Just because Private Party cooked this whole fucking match. This match was like, Jesus Christ, I think these boys are going to do it. They're going to be the ones, because everybody was hyped up. And then they even had the trailer before the match with a dude called
Amazing Red.
Amazing Red. So every time you see the Code Red, that's the guy who created Code Red. That move. That's the guy who created the Code Red. Yeah, and they were actually trained by Amazing Red. And so he was like, yo, we get it, man. You want to drink at the club, you want to do this, y'all can still do that. But let's be serious. Let's win these titles. And then y'all can celebrate at the club. And then you'll be Private Party. And that's what was the hype to get into it. And even during the match, Zay was fighting Matt, and Matt was like, "That's all you got, Zay, you bitch." And then Zay ripped the hand off. He ripped that shit off the hand because he got smashed with the shit with John Moxley. And then he started punching that cracker, and he was like, "Oh shit!" And he was like fucked up. Dude, this match was so good. This is like some NXT Adam Cole fucking tag team wrestling. Like, this was beautiful.
So this is match of the year candidate for you.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Private Party
Okay.
versus Young Bucks during this shit
Okay.
is some match of the year shit for me.
We
For
got
me,
some good matches on that list, gentlemen.
yeah, no, yeah. Look. This reminded me of Undisputed Era versus like fucking Mustache Mountain or Grizzled Young Vets on NXT before 2.0. This was some great Tagga Teama wrestling that I was like, fucking Christ, this is so good. And then, like, yeah, they were stealing each other's moves. They were doing his shit at the end. And then I was just like, damn. I just wish Private Party could have won that match.
Now they're gonna do it on some fucking TV special. Watch.
No. They'll probably do it on Full Gear. Hopefully, they'll do it like Full Gear later on in the season. But for this one, bro, I was like, damn, this is some fucking gold.
Well, Sticks, we got Beer Cheese from Cesar. What did you think of this tag team title match?
Well, I was torn because I agree with Cesar. This match was really good. Me personally, I also thought Jay White's comeback match was really good. So I was like, God, which match was going to be the second best match? And in my opinion, this was the second best match. I gave this 7. Like Cesar, the wrong team won. I mean, they even leaned into it like I think they said Zay was wearing the same pair of shoes that he wore that when they beat the Young Bucks 5 years
The first
ago.
time, yeah.
Yeah. Like they lean into it. They hit the more bang for your bucks finisher. I mean, everything, like the promotion, the promo video before, it's like they leaned so heavy in this. It's like the Private Party's got to win this. Like they talked about it. They didn't party at all from the lead up from like their training to this match. It was like Cesar said, and the Bucks still won. It was just like you were like, okay, they've got to win. It's like I'm sitting there, I'm like, Private Party's gonna finally get the recognition they need. Like the Bucks helped put them over to help ascend them to where we are today, and they're gonna do it again. But they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The match itself, good match. Good tag team match, back and forth stuff. Chemistry was great. They even showed the crowd. Stokely was in the crowd. Like he was looking all smug because Private Party shunned him from him being their manager. They showed Top Flight with fucking overrated Andretti and Layla Gray in there, who I guess also dropped a music video this week. I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched it yet. But outside of that, this was the second best match on this card. Cesar already said all the great things that have this match. This match had great action, and I gave it 7 solid pretzels.
Next was the main event, Jon Moxley with Marina Shafir versus Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Championship, Cesar. And yeah, spoiled immediately. I saw all the shit and what happened afterwards as well. Cesar, enlighten us to your thoughts on the main event.
Okay. They gave these niggas. I'm sorry.
We're off of TikTok right now because Cesar.
They gave these crackers 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
To do absolutely nothing. It was a brawler versus a technician, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a good match. The technician acted like a brawler for 30 minutes of this match. So it was a brawler versus a brawler versus a brawler bitch outside for 30 minutes. Oh, and Jon Moxley kicked out of 3 Buseko needs.
Of course.
3. 3.
Didn't use Brian should have used a mic. If you would have hit him with the mic,
Yeah.
it would have been over.
Brian hit him with a mic.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead ass. At one point outside, he hit him with a mic. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. And one of the Biseiko knees was in the beginning, and it was with a chair.
He still kicked out.
Still kicked out. Oh, and then Brian kicked out of was it 2 Death Riders? And one of the Death Riders was outside on the cement. And
which looked awkward as fuck. Like you could tell Moxley was totally protecting Danielson with the way he landed it. It was just like that looks so fucking awkward as fuck.
So finisher
and then
nothing. In
no. Death Rider outside, right? Outside, threw him in the ring, pinned, nigga kicked out in 1.
So the highlights, the match didn't even end with a finisher.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, it didn't even end with a finisher. And also the final countdown played for like the first 10 minutes while they wrestled outside the ring.
I literally thought I was like, I seriously
started.
thought I was like, this is fucking anarchy in the arena. Like the bell hadn't even rung yet. And he attacked Danielson on the top rope when he's doing his fucking pose. And these fuckers went after each other. Like it was like Cesar said, like a damn near 10 minutes before they rang the bell for the match to start.
Did anyone punch Marina? Did anyone give her a fucking knuckle sandwich?
No. Daniel Bryan like flipped that bitch off of her, and the crowd went nuts. But no, the first part, Daniel came out there just ready to fight. Moxley was in a chair, kicked him in the chair, and then ran to the other side, and then ran back, and Moxley was just like threw that nigga. The song was playing. Then Moxley grabbed cable wire under the ring. Match not started yet. Was trying to choke him with it. Right? And then Daniel got out of that, choked Moxley with the same cord. Then Marina Shafir is choking Brian. Then he lets Moxley go. Moxley's dying. Flips that bitch. Get off me, bitch. Crowd cheering. Hits Moxley with a Biseiko knee. But we're not going to call it Biseiko knee. Because the announcers didn't. Biseiko knee. Then throws Moxley in the ring. Gets a chair. Throws it to Moxley. Hits him with a Biseiko knee. But we're not going to call it a Biseiko knee. And then the match starts.
40 minutes of this, huh?
For nigga. Yeah, because we're not talking about Jericho. And you know the reason I know it's 40 minutes of this? Because the span I was watching it was cut in parts. And it said 106 minutes. I skipped the 26 minutes. And Brian was beating up Moxley in the ring. And yeah. And then that shit went to like at least an hour. Because there was some shit afterwards for like 15 minutes. If you want me to tell you about that, I will. It's all stupid because it's all really.
I know what happened, but what did you think of that?
I thought it was shit. Just what?
There is one specific thing I want your thoughts on.
Well, ask me because I don't care about this fucking match.
Excalibur crying.
Oh, the nigga, I don't care about Excalibur fucking crying. I was surprised JR was at the fucking desk. Like Nigel was there. When I saw Moxley slap the headgear off Nigel, I was like, wait, he's still there? I don't give a fuck about Excalibur.
I'll say this. I thought when Moxley slapped the headset off Nigel, I thought Nigel would be like, fucking excuse me? I'm here hating on fucking Danielson every fucking week. I was doing this shit while you're pumping another kid in the Renee on your fucking vacay. And you're gonna come and hit the fucking headset off me? I thought fucking Nigel would be like, oh fuck this shit. you fucked up, buddy. But he just had that look of like, oh God. Well, like he was gonna
If
ready to load his
He did
pants up.
that. He did that after the match. He smacked
no, he did that during the match.
during the match.
It was like halfway through the match.
Nigel
To be
didn't say
honest with
anything
you.
about it.
No, didn't say anything.
Man,
Didn't say anything. He put the headset back on because I don't know. No, honestly, this was still when the music was playing. So he did this in the beginning of the match when the
Yeah,
music
because
was still
he
playing.
hit a pile driver. He hit a pile driver on Danielson on the Spanish announce table, and then Nigel was
Table
spouting
didn't break.
off on something. Nigel was spouting off, and Mox came over and he smacked the headset off fucking Nigel's head. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, because the table didn't break. And then you know what, man? This was really like I expected this to be a brawler versus technician. And Danielson acted like a brawler.
so your lowest
like-
rated match was 4 pretzels. Well, technically, your lowest rated match wasn't rated. What did you give this one?
No. If I didn't rate a match, no, this shit was trash. To me, this is a fucking waste.
Well, Sticks, what were your thoughts of the main event?
I wholeheartedly agree with Cesar on this. The only thing that I found interesting was that we've talked about the difference between AEW, ATW, and WWE. They tend to pull the trigger on the hometown person actually winning in their hometown.
Yeah.
The only thing I found shockingly and surprising was that they actually had Danielson lose in the state of Washington. Like I was like, oh wow. Outside that, like Cesar said, they had the final countdown playing for a little bit, so I found that amusing during the time until they rang the bell. This match did nothing for me. It was just like going into this match, I thought they could go either way. I honestly didn't think they'd have Moxley be the guy to beat Danielson. Like I thought they could go so many different ways, but like Cesar said, Danielson kind of veered off his game plan. Like he embraced what Moxley would do. Shafir had a big hand in a lot of it. Like the ref also hammed it up. Like she would do stuff, and the ref would see Danielson kind of laying there more hurt than when he was originally, and he'd look at the crowd. The crowd would be like, "Yeah, she did it. Yeah, she did something," and he'd be like, "Oh, okay." Finally, he like caught her red-handed and threw her out, and that took like almost 5 minutes for her to ham it up for the camera before they got her out of it. You want to know why I wouldn't give this like the best pay-per-view after like the first match? This match, the match placement. Like, no offense, Jericho and Briscoe. I understand they still got a soft spot for Briscoe because of what happened with his brother, but that shouldn't have been a co-main match. That really should have. Like, that should have been either beginning or even on 0 hour. So you had that, and then you had that lead into the main event, and then the main event laid this shit of a sandwich afterwards. I was nice enough. I gave it 2 pretzels, and that might even be being super nice. The shit afterwards, I don't understand it. Like the afterwards, I see that Darby's going to be the guy that's probably going to beat Moxley. But like you had Darby and then Yuta come out. Yuta obviously, he did what I thought he was going to do a while back, but he did it then. He turned. They taped Darby to the rope. So obviously, automatically, you're like, he's going to be the guy that's going to win. Then you had Private Party Jeff Jarrett come down 5 minutes later after he's already sucking air through a Ziploc bag. And then after everything was done, then you had the rest of the locker room come down. It's like, so you guys obviously don't give two shits.
And one of those was Adam Cole.
Exactly. That's the
Adam
other
Cole
thing.
came in.
You had Adam Cole come down, who is now obviously a face, but you had the other good guys come down after the damage is done. And then you had the acting skills on the mic. Like Shavon's trying to sell it. JR's fucking 20 white Russians, white mules deep, and Excalibur's fucking trying to win an Emmy, a nighttime Emmy for his crying appeal. It's just like, this is why you guys don't put on decent pay-per-views, because you have this shit sandwich in ring, out ring, on the commentary table afterwards. So,
Well,
No,
gentlemen.
no. Wait, I should say, Mangria.
Yeah.
If you ever see a clip on Twitter when Adam Cole came out, I know it's when Adam Cole came out. When Adam Cole came out, they panned to the booth for like 2 seconds. Excalibur is literally just looking at Shivone and just like, it's all about the boom. Like, I swear to God, like they only looked at it for 2 seconds and panned away. And then Yuta, like he said, Yuta came out. Moxley had the white bag. Yuta came out and choked him out. They taped up Darby Allin. They are literally forcing they're literally forcing Darby Allin is going to be the new AEW champion to beat Jon Moxley because he lost to Jon Moxley. He's gonna beat Jon Moxley. He beat the thick neck cracker with no knees.
I think Sting is on Tony Skeets' shoulder like the devil, saying, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
of
is
course,
the guy."
of course. I mean, he's gonna say it. It's gonna happen.
We had somebody live in attendance over this past week. One of our favorites of the Steel Bro Army returned to our lives. Andy with an I has returned. But not only did he return to the chat and the group, but he was in attendance of Wrestle Dream because they were in Washington. And good old Andy gave us some notes that he took from this event because he took his young son with him, Bryce. And these are the notes that I received from Andy.
All right.
This is his second AEW event. He said that AEW is much better live. He said that Bryce loves Anna Jay. Whoa.
Who doesn't?
Bryce loves Hologram. Of course, Hologram is definitely going to be marketed to children. Bryce loves the Outriders because the Outriders, of course, are very entertaining.
Yeah.
All pay-per-view matches were over with the crowd. Lucha 2 out of 3 has big reactions live. That was the Hologram Mordos. Lots of Young Bucks and Jericho hate. Real hate, he says. Horseface was over because she's from a local indie called Defy over in Washington. The Swerve segment was huge. He was big in Defy as well, from Washington and stationed there. Triple Threat has big reactions with Ospreay, of course, Takeshita, and Ricochet. People were pissed at the TNT title match. The ending was sudden, flat, and people were very angry. Bryce wanted Jon Moxley to go to jail for what he did to poor Brian. The top matches in his order, this is where we got some unofficial beer cheese from Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Darby versus Brody, the Lucha 2 out of 3, and the beer cheese was the triple threat match. So Sticks, you guys are on the same page there. Bonus, everyone shat on Tony Skeets that entire segment when he came out to try and honor Anthony Inoki, leading with the chat, which, by the way, I said in the chat,
wasn't on TV.
Skeets is purposely, it sounds like he's purposely trying to do the worst Howard Finkel impression ever when he comes out to address the crowd.
Yeah.
But of course, very grateful to Andy with an I for giving us the eyewitness accounts from him and his son who attended live. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening, watching. I'll try to chop most of this stuff up, put it on TikTok, and censor it as much as I can. But until then, check out all the APPW stuff. There's more to come. And we do what we do best here on the tripod, and we give that big ups to good old Stallion Pete.